Okay, real talk for a second. If I handed you an extra $500 right now and said, go build wealth with this, would you actually know what to do with it? Most people don't. And that's not an insult. Nobody ever actually teaches this. We learn algebra, we learn history, but somehow the actual instructions for what to do with your own money? Never covered. So people guess. They throw money at whatever they heard about last. A stock a coworker mentioned, an app that looked cool, maybe just leaving it in checking because that felt safe. Here's the problem. Doing things in the wrong order can quietly cost you tens of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Not because you did anything wrong exactly, just because nobody showed you the sequence. So today, I'm going to lay out the exact order, step by step, in plain English, like I'm explaining it to my own younger sibling. No jargon, no assumptions that you already know what an IRA is. Just the order that actually works and why each step comes before the next. Before we dive in, drop a comment and tell me what country you're watching from. I ask because some of these steps use US-specific accounts, and I want to know if I should make a version for other countries too. And if this is useful, subscribe, because we break things down like this every week. No fluff, just the real mechanics. Okay, let's build the order. Let's build the step 1. And this one's non-negotiable. High-interest debt. I mean specifically credit card debt, or any debt with a double-digit interest rate. Here's a real number for you. The average credit card interest rate right now sits around 24% annually. Let that sink in for a second. If you invest in the stock market, a really good long-term average return is around 7 to 10% a year. So if you're carrying credit card debt at 24% while also trying to invest for 8%, you're losing the math badly. It's like bailing water out of a boat with a teaspoon while there's a fire hose pouring water back in. This is why financial experts almost universally agree. Before you invest a single dollar, you knock out any debt charging you more than roughly 7 to 8% interest. Think of it this way. Paying off a 24% interest credit card is literally a guaranteed 24% return. No investment can promise you that safely, ever. So step 1 isn't glamorous. It's not exciting, but it's the fire you put out before building anything else. Step 2. Build an emergency fund. Here's what this actually means in plain terms. Money set aside, sitting in a regular savings account, not invested, specifically for when life throws something unexpected at you. Car breaks down, medical bill shows up, you lose your job. Most financial planners recommend 3 to 6 months of your basic living expenses. Here's why this comes before investing, even though it feels like it's just sitting there doing nothing. Without this cushion, one emergency forces you to either go into debt again or pull money out of investments at the worst possible time, maybe right when the market's down. I've seen people who started investing too early get hit with an emergency, panic, sell their investments at a loss just to cover a car repair. The emergency fund isn't about growing your money. It's about protecting you from being forced into bad decisions later. Think of it as the foundation of a house. It's not the exciting part. Nobody shows off their foundation, but skip it, and everything you build on top is unstable. Step 3, and this one genuinely surprises people. Your 401k match, if your employer offers one. Quick explanation for anyone unfamiliar. A 401k is a retirement account offered through your job in the U.S. Some employers will match a portion of what you contribute, meaning if you put in money, they also put in money, essentially for free. For 2026, you're allowed to contribute up to $24,500 into a 401k for the year. But you don't need to hit that max to get this step's benefit. Here's a simple example. If your employer matches 50% of what you contribute up to 6% of your salary, and you contribute that 6%, they're adding half of that amount extra free just for participating. That's literally free money. There's no investment on earth that guarantees a 50% or 100% instant return except an employer match. This is why it jumps ahead of even paying off some debt in certain cases. If your employer match is substantial, grabbing free money while also chipping at moderate debt can sometimes make sense. But high-interest debt from step 1 always comes first regardless. Simple rule: if your job offers a match, contribute at least enough to get the full match before doing much else. Leaving that on the table is genuinely leaving free money behind. Steps 4 and 5 are a pair, so let's cover them together. The IRA and the HSA. An IRA, Individual Retirement Account, is a retirement account you open yourself, outside of your job. For 2026, you can contribute up to $7,500 a year. There are two types: traditional, where you get a tax break now and pay taxes later when you withdraw, and Roth, where you pay taxes now but withdraw completely tax-free in retirement. Here's why this comes after the employer match. But before regular investing, these accounts come with real tax advantages that a normal brokerage account doesn't have. Growing your money tax-free or tax-deferred over decades adds up to a genuinely significant difference. Now, the HSA, Health Savings Account. This one's specifically for people with a high-deductible health insurance plan. Here's why financial people call this the most underrated account in America. It has what's called a triple tax advantage. Money goes in tax-free, grows tax-free, and comes out tax-free when used for medical expenses. Nothing else works quite like it. For 2026, individuals can contribute up to $4,400 and families up to $8,750. Here's the insider trick. You don't have to spend it right away. You can let it grow for decades and use it in retirement, essentially functioning as an extra retirement account with even better tax treatment than the others. Most people don't even know this account exists this way. Now you do. Step 6. Go back and max out what you started earlier. Remember step 3. Contributing enough to get your employer match. Now, if you have money left to invest after everything above, go back and try to max out that 401k contribution up to the full $24,500 limit for 2026. Why does maxing out come after the IRA and HSA, even though it's the same account you started with? Because 401k plans typically have limited investment options. Whatever funds your employer's plan offers, take it or leave it. IRAs and HSAs usually let you choose from a much wider range of investments, often with lower fees. So the order becomes: get the free match first, then take advantage of the more flexible, often cheaper accounts, IRA, HSA, then come back and fill up the rest of the 401k if you still have money to invest. This might feel backwards at first, but it's genuinely how most financial professionals sequence it, because it maximizes both the free money and the flexibility of your options. Step 7, the final one, taxable investing. This is just a regular brokerage account. No special tax treatment, no contribution limits, no restrictions on when you can access the money. Here's why this comes last, and it's simple. Every account before this one came with some kind of tax advantage or free money attached. This one doesn't. That doesn't mean it's bad. It just means you use the free and tax-advantaged opportunities first before moving to the account with no special perks. Once you're here, you genuinely have flexibility. You can invest in individual stocks, index funds, real estate investment trusts, whatever fits your goals. And unlike retirement accounts, you can access this money anytime without penalties. This is where people who've maxed out everything else or who want money accessible before retirement age put their additional savings. If you've made it to step 7, genuinely, that puts you ahead of a significant portion of people because it means every prior step is already handled. Let's recap the whole thing in one breath. 1. Pay off high-interest debt. 2. Build your emergency fund. 3. Grab your full employer 401k match. 4 and 5. Max your IRA and HSA. 6. Go back and max your 401k. 7. Invest whatever's left in a regular taxable account. That's it. That's the order. You don't need to be rich to start. You don't need to understand every detail of the stock market. You just need to follow the sequence, one step at a time, at whatever pace fits your actual income. Pause. 2 seconds. CTA, closing. Real quick before you go, comment below and tell me which step you're currently on. Step 1? Step 4? Just getting started? No judgment at all. I just want to see where this audience actually is. And again, let me know your country in the comments. If enough of you are outside the US, I'll build a version of this exact breakdown using your local retirement accounts instead. Subscribe if this helped make things click. See you in the next video.